Can you hear that? Can you hear the cat? Did you hear that? Yeah. So the cat has been nowhere to be found.
Wow.
And now,
they used a kitten. This is a kitten.
I mean, she's a year old,
Okay.
but she already had kittens, so they don't think she's going to get any bigger.
Oh.
She was a rescue from a shelter, I guess.
What's her name again?
Lucy.
Lucy. I know
Lucy.
This. Oh my God.
We love Lucy.
My friend has a cat named Lucy.
Cease and desist. They have to change that. That's not allowed.
I will let them know.
Red Sox fans have longed to hear it. The Boston Red Sox are world champions. Wycheck. Dyson's going to go all the way. With 3-2 for the winner. Has caught by Des Bryant.
I think it's important for our podcast to have like a pet.
A mascot.
Yeah, a mascot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is the edge that we have. Like on ESPN, they don't just have their dogs and cats.
That's true.
In the background.
That's true. I think it's really funny. Like
I think Mina Kimes has her dog or cat on her podcast.
Oh, and well, that's good. That's a good.
We're trying to get her on
example
this.
to emulate. That's right.
Yeah.
That's my dream guest.
This is our dream guest.
I can stop. Though I created this
manifest
podcast just to have Mina Kimes.
Hey,
as a
when
guest
she's on, does that mean I'm off?
Yeah.
Oh, what the I want to be on when Mina's on.
No. 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 It's.
Can I come in and then you hear the doorbell sound?
We could do that. We'll do that.
Okay.
You'll be the
Great.
surprise.
Surprise guest.
Surprise guest. We'll do it when I think she's a Seahawks fan, so we'll do it when it's Bills Seahawks.
We played them last year.
So in 3 years, when they play again, we can.
It's too long.
Or if it's a Super Bowl, I mean, they're both.
I feel like she's a good Bills fan. I know she's a Seahawks fan, but she really most of the national media doesn't talk about. Like, pick your team. Like, for me, Bills, obviously, I know the best. So most of the national media doesn't talk about the Bills like they know anything about them, actually. But she talks about the Bills like she's a Bills insider. Like, she really knows.
Most of the national media doesn't talk about any team like they actually know them.
Yeah, they don't. Because they don't.
I mean, and it's not really their fault. I mean,
it's too much.
They're covering, like, all the major sports plus some extras.
You can't imagine how many times I've seen these guys say that the Bills have lost to the Ravens in the playoffs. I'm going to pull my hair out. I literally, honestly, there was a segment. No, it's never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a segment where I heard it 3 times on ESPN. And they're just saying it over and over. Is somebody not in their ear? Like, hey, this never happened.
Yeah, and you will never get those kinds of mistakes here on Derek Likes Sports because we are correct, even when we're not. Even when we're not. We create our own reality. So, yeah.
You got the Pittsburgh Pirates?
You want to try again?
Is it not the Pittsburgh Pirates? Wait, I don't know baseball. People know this. I don't
like
watch
the social
baseball.
media. It's like the social media.
Is it the Phillies? Is that a bad Phillies hat?
Is it a what Phillies hat?
It's a bad Phillies hat.
What's bad about it? The fact it's
just
the Phillies?
The colors don't represent the Phillies at all.
Well,
it looks like a Pirates hat for someone who doesn't watch baseball.
Okay, the Pirates don't even have blue anywhere near their color
doesn't look like blue to me.
Okay,
isn't that black?
All right. No, it's blue. It's pretty clearly blue.
Look,
just like everything else I'm wearing.
Blue. Look.
Yeah.
Well, that's different.
I mean, it's not the same color, but it's like,
all right.
It's closer to that than, I mean, if anything, the hat is a lighter blue than the shirt you're wearing. It's further from black. This camera's black. These headphones are black. Right here.
Oh, I think you got to watch this back on the, yeah. It's between blue and black.
I'm
okay, but the Pirates
are
black, right?
Yeah, they're black. They're the same as the Steelers, which I really like that about Pittsburgh. They got the black gold thing with the Steelers and the Penguins also. And if they ever get an NBA team, I assume they'll be black and gold, which is neat. Or black and yellow, whatever.
Huh?
It's neat. So it is Friday as we're recording this. We would like to review the week before, like earlier in the week, but we both kind of had abnormally crazy weeks this week. So here we are on Friday. We are going to talk more of just very briefly about week 2, since that is like ancient history at this point. And we will talk about the Bills and the Dolphins game that happened last night, and we'll talk about the games coming up this weekend. So, what stood out from you from week 2?
So week 2, this is what I was trying to. I was just muddling around, and I was like, I think that's the thesis for week 2 is like how much of last year carries over into this season, and it's like how much of these teams are what we saw them as last year, and how much of it, like, what's the new thing, what's the turnover, what's the thing. And I think like around week 2, week 3, we start seeing the differences. We start seeing like, oh, this is the same team as last year, but they have this little thing, or oh no, this team cannot replicate what they did last year. And I think even for the players, like you see a lot of like the emotional carryover as well. And I was thinking this when I don't know if you want to talk specifically about games, but like when I watched some of that Eagles Chiefs games, like I felt like pretty clearly that the Chiefs were playing it, with some retribution from last year's Super Bowl. Like you saw Mahomes run in for the touchdown early in the second quarter. I've never seen him. And it's week 2, second quarter, never seen him celebrate like that. Like they really wanted it. It was in Kansas City. You saw Travis Kelce flexing after multiple catches. Like
he does that all the time, but
it was a lot. Like this was not a playoff game for a team that's been to 5 Super Bowls, 5 of 6 of the last Super Bowls. Like it's week 2. Like relax.
It's week 2, but they're playing the team that embarrassed them a couple months ago.
Yeah, exactly. So they're still holding on to that trauma. Like they still got that in them from last year. And then you see Chris Jones at the end of the game, him going back and forth with Jalen Hurts,
which was
silly. They were in their feelings. Okay, and they're not fair to them. They're not used to losing. Like, do you remember a couple years ago when the Bills beat them? It was the Kelce pitchback game. Mahomes threw a fit on the sidelines, and then he comes out, shakes Josh. He doesn't shake Josh's hand in the middle of the field, but he's just like, bullshit call. And I mean, they're used to winning, and they do not handle losing well. I mean, they should have had a little more fight in the Super Bowl, you would have thought, if they're gonna be that big. Then also, the other thing, one last thing. The other thing was, I got riled up because like they just like, I just feel like sometimes they're a little spoiled because of their own success, obviously. And then like the interception, Kelce doesn't catch it, tips up in the air, intercepted back. He's not running back to tackle him.
That was an amazing play.
It was a great play. The rookie left tackle chases down the guy to tackle him because Kelce just stops on the play. Like, that's just some silk pajamas stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Josh Simmons.
Yeah. Great play by the kid. Yeah. But it's
weird.
Just like a silk pajamas thing. Like in boxing, they say like you can't.
Okay. Yeah.
You can't. You're getting up in silk pajamas every day. You can't fight. Like, and it's their own success. But I just felt. And then last thing, the fans holding free 4 signs. Like, hello, get a grip. Did you not have you not seen what the dude did? Like, why are we trying to free their receiver?
Oh.
From the suspension. Like, what are we doing, Kansas City? Yeah, Rice.
Oh, free 4, number 4. Gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
Free him.
Yeah.
Come on,
what are
Kansas
we
City
from?
fans?
We got they wanted to give him a
injustice there. Free him.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
I got riled up again.
But nothing that you just said is exclusive to the Chiefs, though. Like, let's be honest. That's not That's and I mean they're not used to losing either, so they're not like practiced in that. And like some teams are really good at losing, and some teams are really good at winning. So I mean, I you gotta kind of.
They're weenies.
My biggest takeaway is okay, all right. I was gonna let it go.
You get what I'm saying.
I was gonna let hold on. No, hold on. I was gonna let it go. But you're talking from the perspective of being a Bills fan who in 2 of their playoff losses, 2 times, it has like spawned a whole like shit fit after the season, and they've changed rules because of what happened in their game
on their own.
I'm not really.
We didn't change the rules.
Oh, yeah, but like, come on, like that wasn't like that wasn't like that. Like there wasn't like an outcry from the
fans are always going to outcry.
Exactly. So why are we? What are we doing?
The players didn't.
Okay. All right. Do I need to?
Anyways, the bigger thesis is you see what's carrying over from last year. I mean, the players are holding on to some expectations from their year before. We as fans are looking at these teams and trying to see like, is this what we thought? Because there's some teams that I'm like, oh, I'm sure this is going to be like last year's team. But then there's some teams like a Minnesota, like new quarterback, and I'm like, oh, I love the coach, love the roster. I don't know how the quarterback's going to do. Like you know what I mean? Like also Denver, I'm like, I don't know, because I sort of think last year was like they little overachieved. And then now I'm seeing like this team, Indianapolis, this year. I'm like, I don't know, because I saw them last year.
Yeah.
But
which they were. I mean, they were like in it.
3.
Like they were until the end. Like pretty close to the end last year. Like I think Steichen's a really good coach, but
he's a very good coach.
Kind of the biggest.
Yeah.
Well, you touched on the quarterback thing in Minnesota. Like a big story out of week 2 is the quarterback injuries. Now Joe Burrow's probably done for the season. I don't know. Like he might come back late, and then JJ McCarthy's out for a few weeks, so Carson Wentz is going to be starting in Minnesota. So Kevin O'Connell once again has his work cut out for him at quarterback. So and then Justin Fields is out for the Jets, so Tyrod Taylor is going to start. Former
Fields
Buffalo
got
Bill legend. Yeah, Fields got concussed.
Did he get injured?
Yeah, he had a concussion. Yeah, so he's out. Jaden Daniels is iffy. He hasn't practiced all week, but might play if he doesn't play. He
from the Thursday game
knee. From the Thursday night game, which feels like a month ago. But it was 8 days ago. He tweaked his knee. I'm really worried he's doing an RG3 impression. It's really
total trauma response. I thought of RG3.
I hope not.
Oh man, that's not good.
And then Brock Purdy is a game time decision for their game on Sunday. Although Mac Jones looked pretty good this past week, they might be able to hold him out again. So kind of a lot of attrition at the quarterback position to start the season. I feel like we say that every year. I feel like every year we're like, oh my God, I can't remember a time there were this many injured quarterbacks. and some years that's just kind of
what's interesting about the ones that you just mentioned. Like I think some of these teams are sort of going to be okay. Like Burrow doesn't play well the first 2 months of the season, anyways. So
it's so ironic that this is the year they started 2-0. And now Joe Burrow's
I'm so upset that I picked them to make the playoffs.
They still might
in our official selections.
In like all those cases, except for the Jets. But in all those cases, it's like a guru offensive-minded coach that's now dealing with the backup quarterback situation. And so they might be fine. Like, because Kevin O'Connell, he had like a really great season with like Josh Dobbs and who else was like, I can't even remember the names.
Last year with Darnold, he was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, Darnold was
Darnold
like a
never played
MVP
like
candidate.
that before.
No.
Yeah. So I think they're going to be okay. I mean, I was like so close to picking them to make the playoffs again, just because I like the coach and GM so much.
Yeah, they didn't look great.
I just
didn't look great in this most recent game against
They
Atlanta.
looked great against the Bears, but it's the Bears.
They looked great for one quarter against the Bears.
They did. Yeah.
They looked like trash. Right. They've looked like trash
for
7 out of 8 quarters this season.
Yeah.
And then JJ McCarthy, like it's kind of weird because it was his second NFL start. It was and second time in prime time, and he got hurt at some point in that game. And also he had just had his first kid like 3 days before the game.
Wow.
And like, so he missed practice that whole week, couldn't like prepare. So like kind of an asterisk beside that game. Yeah. And I think what you're describing, like it's interesting because like week 1 is kind of, it's like the 4th preseason game now.
Yeah. It tells you really nothing.
It tells you nothing. And week 2 is like, you're like getting there, but a team that everyone's really fired up about, and I'm this close to saying I was very wrong about the Micah Parsons trade. I still think I kind of reacted almost appropriately, but I may have been very, very wrong, and we'll see. I think this will be a big week for it. So like week 1, the Packers obviously shut down the Lions, who then came out the next week and scored 52 points. So everyone was like, oh my God, this Packers defense must be amazing. And the Packers also kind of shut down the Commanders, who were another great offense last year. But I think the thing that's still like telling me to kind of, withhold like really jumping on the bandwagon that this is like a top 3 defense that can carry them is the fact that, week 1, like we just talked about, extension of the preseason. Week 2, they had a short week against the Commanders. It was a Thursday night game, which is like, so you're coming off of basically a preseason game, and then you're playing on a short week, which we'll get to when we talk about the game last night. Like, short week games are just weird. And like, you just never know how an offense is going to come out and play on a short week. This week they get Cleveland, who's like bad, like bad. So they may kind of look really good again.
Yeah.
But I do think they're a very good team, and I think they kind of have the inside track in that division now.
But is that like in contrast to anything you said? You just said you didn't feel like Micah was going to be hugely impactful. I sort of felt like the Packers were going to be good this year anyways.
I did as well. And
I felt like the Cowboys were going to be he has been impactful. But here's the thing, he's been on a pitch count still. Like, he's still limited in the number of plays.
This is the
I think he
first
played
game.
like 28 plays this game.
This is the first game where he's had like a full week of practice reps, like preparing for the game, because he was traded right before week 1, and then they had the short week 2.
That's true.
So this is like the first time that
there's a little ramp up.
Yeah. And you're kind of seeing like the fact he's there, kind of the guys who were like the number 1 edge rusher, the guy, all of them get to like go down a spot in the depth chart. So they're
exactly.
You now have a better like second string.
Yes.
So it helps your depth a lot. I mean, I'm not saying
that's where
like
it's super impactful. But I think like we may have been wrong on this point. Like, I don't know that either of us thought that Micah puts them over the top, but they maybe were a little better than we thought, and now Micah is putting them over the top, maybe.
And like, even in that
to
Commanders
be seen,
game, the offense, like they didn't put them away. Like they let them like stay in that game for a long time, even though the defense was really shutting down Washington.
I loved the coach, and I think the GM got a lot of flack when Rodgers was there, but he's sort of proven to be pretty competent, I think.
Yeah,
they've
had a lot of
pretty well. They're
drafting
these wide receivers really well. Yeah, they are getting injured.
I mean, they are, but like, I mean, Jaden Reed's out for the season now. He broke his clavicle. And so what they're left with now, I mean, Tucker Kraft has been their like best receiver, and he hurt his knee in practice yesterday. Oof. And like the first report was like, ooh, scary. And then the second report was like, oh no, it's fine. And then today they're like, oh, he's not practicing today. We don't think we need to put him on IR. So like now it's starting to sound like it may not be a season-ending injury or anything like that.
It's a 5-game IR now at this point.
Or is it 5 or 4?
I think it's 5 now, because if you did it before week 1, they're out the first 4, and then I think now if you do it, they're out 5. I don't know.
I still think it's 4, but
it might be 4. Okay,
you might be right. But I mean, even if they're like thinking about that, that means it's at least going to be. I mean, he's been their best pass catcher in the first 2 games, and now he has this injury that's at least going to limit him in some way. So they've lost Jaden Reed. They've maybe lost Tucker Kraft. Now they're left with rookie Matthew Golden, who hasn't done a lot, but it's early in his career. Romeo Doubs and Dontavian Wicks are like and Luke Musgrave, it will step up at tight end, I assume. So, I mean, they still don't really have that huge difference maker unless Matthew Golden, is able to take a step in his rookie year. So
Browns at Cowboys will be a nice one. September 28th. I'm saying the Packers.
Yeah,
at Cowboys, and then Bengals. So my biggest question about the Packers is just that, like, can they win on the road against a good team? I think otherwise, I'm pretty confident in them, but on the road against a good team. The other thing is the NFC is not as stacked, I think, as the AFC, obviously. Like, I think the Eagles are great. I think the Rams, I'm sort of like still trying to see if they've taped Matthew Stafford together. So,
and they play each other this week.
They play.
That's the game I'm probably most looking forward to this week, as seeing who comes out of that Eagles-Rams game.
Yeah. And then the other team is maybe Tampa, like in the NFC. So really I think it's like those 4 teams. I think everybody else.
I'd throw the Niners in there. I mean,
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
I think they're every bit as good.
Mac Jones is their quarterback. They're not beating Green Bay. They're going to get toasted. I don't think.
Well, I mean, Purdy's going to come back, though.
Purdy's going to come back. Yeah. I'll have to see, I feel like.
Yeah, I think there is a big teardrop.
Yeah.
With the Eagle. And the Eagles haven't looked like world beaters the first
It's just
weeks.
hard to repeat.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But, so yeah, we'll see how things shake out in week 3 where things start to kind of solidify. I do think it's important to remember in September, like, after like 2 weeks, we often kind of get locked into these like really hot takes about like what a team is and stuff. And then as soon as you do that, that's when the rug just gets like pulled out from under you. And so like, I think a good example of that was going into last night. It kind of felt like the Bills, like at home against a Dolphins team that was just absolutely abysmal the first 2 weeks. It kind of felt like the Bills are winning this game by 40. Like, I think they were 12.5-point favorites. And
yeah.
And if you watch the game,
they won by 10.
They won by 10, but like,
yeah,
like it was. I mean, and a win is, and you know, a win's a win. It's still like,
yeah,
it doesn't really matter how much they won by. But this game was like in the balance the whole way.
Okay, and but you texted
one of the
me
best,
yesterday.
one of the closest games. Hold on, one of the closest games that the Dolphins and Bills, because the Bills have like dominated the Dolphins. So what did I text you yesterday? What did I?
You texted me. You think it's going to be like 50 to like 10 or something. I was like 50 to 3 or something. I was like, it's not going to happen. McDermott does not allow that. They'll score. I know that the Bills are going to score 30 points. Like, I know that. And then it's just what the Dolphins are going to do. And I know it was close, but like, I really was not worried. I was actually rooting for the Dolphins for a large part of this game. I'm a weird fan. Like, I was rooting for Tua. I just think he's such a nice dude. And I hate seeing everybody just trash him. And he's just such a nice dude. So like, I was rooting for him. Like, I didn't obviously want them to win, but I didn't want them to like self-destruct. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So here's what I said. I said Wednesday, I said Bills might win like 52-10.
And what
and
did
it was
I
kind
say?
of, it was, McDermott won't let them do that to a team.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's true.
That's not really relevant to this situation. But last week, the Jets game was over in 10 minutes and they just ran the ball. I predict 33-10 is what you said. So you were also,
10.
You were also team.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
What do you mean it's not bad?
I mean, it was 31-21.
It was 31-21, but here's the thing. It was 28-21. Dolphins were driving, and Tua threw pretty ugly interception. That kind of...
He got pressured, and okay, I will say, the Bills talked about studying this play.
Yeah.
And part of the advantage that we have, like, remember when they had that 70-something point game, which is ridiculous, the basketball game, and then we just shut them down the next week? Like, we play them so much. I feel like McDermott, like, I don't think sometimes systems, like styles make fights, and our system for what they do, like, I'm not worried about it. But they got great players out there. I mean, Tyreek was great. I mean, what did you say about Tyreek?
What did I say about him?
You said he's going to look great in Kansas City.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Chief by Halloween was my prediction. Yeah, after that 70-20 game, the Bills beat them 48-20. So yeah, I think there are a couple things that I took away from this. Was one, anytime I feel like a team is just going to absolutely dominate, that's kind of a note to me to like that almost assuredly that's not going to happen. You know, like it's just anytime like the entire consensus is behind like a thing that in my mind, kind of lowers the probability of that thing happening. And the other thing is Thursday night games are just terrible and weird, and like I don't like them. That's like I don't like them existing. Is kind of
no.
I
Thursday
don't
night at all.
I don't like sending these guys
this
out
short
there
week
on a short week. Yeah, I mean, in the week before, Austin Eckler tore his Achilles. Like, could that? I don't know if that's because they were playing on Thursday night, but I don't know. Maybe maybe the most extreme like physical sport should give players some more rest between games and not do this.
It's tough. So the Bills, I know that they'll use a lot of the plays that they use against the Jets against the Dolphins. So like they sort of are preparing those plays, also knowing that some of that stuff is going to carry over into this game plan.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the game plans are always like shorter. Like it's just a more simplified sort of game.
Yeah. I mean, the Dolphins offense last night was it was like a high school offense. They weren't throwing the ball more than 5 yards.
Oh, he was throwing it behind the line of scrimmage. It was like at some point it was like he was throwing it like a negative half yard. But I want to give them some credit for showing up. And I do think we could have like steamrolled them if they didn't. They just showed up like they had a little fight in them, maybe more than I think people expected, especially because like the culture looked so bad.
Yeah.
The week 1 looked horrible. Last week looked better, but then it was awful. Like to go back to the week 2 of them against the Patriots, they're driving to win that game. A-Chain, who's I think their best player probably, he makes a run down the sideline. I mean, he catches the ball, runs down the sideline, looks like a touchdown. He stepped out of bounds. But then after that, they get like 2 penalties and aren't getting plays in on time. I'm just like, oh no, what is going on? And last night, like they were in it, and like I want to give them credit for like fighting and they looked together. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but then
they did.
But then they make the roughing the punter.
Tough.
Couple offsides, just like bad, tough.
It
tough
was
penalties.
reminiscent of the Cowboys week 1 against the Eagles, where they kind of had it right there, where exactly where you want to be against a team like the Bills, like at that point in the game, and just made more mistakes in the end. And that's kind of the difference between like the good teams and the bad teams, right? Like
and they did some things like really well, even situationally. Like I was thinking before the half, like they executed before the half, like using all the time, because if they screw up there, like you could, against the Bills, you could lose a game in that 2-for-1. Like if you give Josh the ball with like 40, 50 seconds left, he goes down, scores, then they get the ball again. Game is over. You lost the game. You barely didn't make a mistake, really. I mean, but mishandling the time like that against one of these elite quarterbacks, the game is done. It's like, you know. So
you're talking about the end of the game, like
the end of the half. I think they did it. No, they did a good job at the end of the half, because you could lose the game in that little sort of mistake, not using the time. So they did a good job there, but then, you know,
because week 1 the Ravens did not do a good job of that, and that those 3 points that they were able to steal at the end were huge. And even the last drive, like I think the interception was with 3 minutes to go, so they're driving down the field and maybe have a chance to score a touchdown, get a 2-point conversion, and walk out of there with steal a win on the road in a division game. It didn't happen. But
the rookie Deion Walker like gets penetration quickly. He's a 6'7" behemoth of a human being. Gets his hands up. Tua doesn't see it. Bernard undercuts the play, and they talked about studying that play. And the coach was like, if you see it, go attack it. It's their sort of defensive assistant that they brought in from
I
don't know, Atlanta, Carolina. I can't remember where he was. But
and Bernard made a great play like that. He read it perfectly and made the play. So
But this is part of my theme of like seeing how much of this team carries over from last year. Because even for the Bills, like I feel like I know that obviously the Bills the best compared to any of the other like NFL teams. And even for me, I'm like what is this team going to be from last year in terms of like defensively? Like, and last year they were not good on third down, and last night the Dolphins were 10 of 15 on third down. And then there was a drive where they went 5 of 5 on third down, and they weren't short third downs. It was like Tua scrambling, hitting Tyreek. I mean, it was tough.
The Dolphins on one drive had like what seemed like it was going to be like a crippling holding penalty.
Yeah, and they third down they run a pitch play.
Yeah,
and then the fourth down they run a crosser for Waddle.
Right,
and they pick it up. So like the Bills can't get off the field on third down, but last year, they were, I think, 11th in the league on defensive takeaways, and they took one away. And it seems like they always get one when it's necessary.
Yeah.
I got one last stat for you.
What? Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
The Bills have won the turnover margin in 25 straight games.
That's surprising to me. What did they have any turnovers last night? Was it just
no?
Was the Tua interception the only turnover for either team?
Yeah.
Yeah, they take care of
25 straight games.
Taking care of the ball. And
Josh takes care of it. Yeah, and then the defense gets it. They get the turnover somehow. So maybe this year they're also going to stink on third down, but get turnover. I will say, like in the Ravens game, right? Like the opportune turnover again, Bernard.
Yeah, it's true.
Even Ravens, actually both Ravens games, the playoff game and then week 1.
Right. It really felt like a game, like one of those classic Bills games where they like lose it at the end, and it's like how did that happen, right? Like it just felt like they weren't getting the first downs when they needed to put the game away, and they just like were letting the Dolphins hang around. They missed a field goal with a chance to go up 10.
I'll be honest,
early.
I'm so spoiled. I have so much confidence in Josh that I like was not sweating it. If it was like the Chiefs or if it was the Ravens or like maybe like somebody else on the other side, I may have been sweating it a little bit more, but I was just like sort of.
It really feels like kind of the book is out on the Dolphins, and like the way that team needs to beat you is through speed. And if you just play high on defense and don't let them get past you, that kind of neutralizes that advantage they have. I will say Ollie Gordon looked great, and if they're able to kind of add that kind of bigger back that can kind of pick up tough yards and break tackles and stuff, that could be a huge addition for them. And you look at their schedule coming up. They get the Jets, the Panthers. Am I reading this right? Yeah, Jets, Panthers, Chargers, Browns.
Yeah. So this is interesting because I sort of think like if McDaniels can get this together, Why I'm always McDaniels or McDaniel. I don't know.
It's one letter off. They're both offensive weirdos. Close. Like in the AFC East, like it's not. I don't really get. It's not that big of a miss.
If he's able to just like it's culturally like if he can keep them sort of rowing in the same direction, I could see them being 3-4.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't think they're going to beat the Chargers, but the other 3 games they should be able to win, and then they're 3-4. That's not so bad.
Yeah, we'll see. There was a universe where they came out and just got absolutely smoked by the Bills, and Mike McDaniel didn't even get to fly home with the team. So
yes,
it seems that
very
has been
possible.
Staved off, at least for another week. But
hey, you were talking about
on the Bills. Sorry,
one last thing. The one thing that I was also interested in on the Bills is because you're talking about the running back situation for the Dolphins, and it's like a nice. I think Achane had 12 carries, and I think Gordon had 9. You'd be interested to know. I think Cook had 19 carries, and then Ty Johnson had 1, and our other running back had 0.
Yeah, they're really leaning on Cook, which is.
I like it. I do want him to be fresh for the end of the year, but I think like in the playoff game, like he was coming off the field. I was like, why is he coming off the field? Like he's behind Josh. That is our next best player, and I don't think it's really close.
Yeah, so it is weird to like give him that big of a load
Well,
on a short
look,
week in week 2.
this was
Week
something I
3.
was saying because I was like, they were not agreeing on that contract, and I was like, this
Yeah.
is clearly a 4-year, $50 million, and I was like, it was $2 million off. It was $48 million, but I was like, this is an easy 4-year, $50 million contract. Is like 12.5 per year, like,
Right.
and then just make it worth it. And I think that's what they're doing. They're just like, okay, we're gonna make this contract worth it.
Sure, but like the Bills aren't
want
really
them
playing
to
to
be
win,
fresh.
and they need to win every game, obviously. But like to win, to use him that much in a game in September, they might regret that when January rolls around. But maybe not. Maybe he'll be fine. He's a professional running back, so maybe
he looked good.
Maybe he'll be fine. Oh, he looks great. Yeah,
and his run against the Jets was just like, holy smokes. He had a touchdown run against the Jets.
Yeah, he's very good, and like I think there was a lot of thought that his touchdowns would kind of regress to the mean after scoring. What, he scored 15 last year?
16, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and
it's
that
not happening.
Be happening. He's just going to keep doing it. He's just going to keep doing it. So
the only problem that I had last night is them running like a Josh off tackle power with 30 seconds left in the game. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
No one else can carry the ball on a play that doesn't matter.
Yeah. And the other thing I was thinking about, did Josh break his nose? Like, did it?
Was that what happened? Week 2.
Week 2. Yeah. 4 days. 4 days ago.
Yeah. And against the Dolphins, he came out 2 plays, and then Trubisky came in, and he ran 2 plays, had a great throw, and actually with that one throw threw for more passing yards than Justin Fields in the game.
That's sad.
But yeah, Josh was like bleeding. Oh, the funny thing that all the Bills players have been saying is, so Josh commented that he feels like he's the third Bosa player. He's the third Bosa brother.
Oh no,
with his nose. So, and then all the other players are saying that, and people feel like they're making fun of Josh. They're actually making fun of the Bosas. It's horrible.
I definitely doesn't feel like a compliment, but
no.
All right, let's look at some of these games.
Yeah,
coming up. We were just talking about the Packers Browns. The line on this game is like Packers by 9.5.
Wait, are we reviewing week 2 or no?
We're done with week 2.
We're done with week 2. Okay.
We're done with week 2. Week 2 was a month ago.
Yeah,
it was a week ago, but feels like a month ago.
Yeah. Packers Browns.
Yeah. How do you see this going? Do you think there's any chance?
There's
any
always
world?
A chance, but if the Packers lose to the Browns, they're just not mature enough to win a Super Bowl. Like they're just not mature.
Oh, you're making that call now.
I'm calling that. If they lose to the Browns, set them aside. They're just not mature enough. You can't handle success. Like you go 2-0 and then you go and lose to the Browns. Like get out of my face.
It feels a little like a trap game, doesn't it? Like going on the road against a team you're supposed to absolutely blow out. You have some injuries on the offensive line. You have some injuries with your pass catchers, and then you're facing Myles Garrett. Like
it's not a good team to have offensive line issues.
Yeah.
And I think Love is like I'm still curious to see him on the road. And this is not a good team, so I want to see him be a good team on the road. But I still feel like he's up and down on the road.
Yeah, I think he's up and down always
in general.
Yeah. So are you going?
I'm picking Packers. Yeah,
you're picking Packers.
Yeah,
I am.
Oh, this is great. We're doing our picks right now.
Gonna pick the
excited.
Packers.
I'm not gonna have to text you Sunday morning.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. I part of me wants to be real contrarian and go with the Browns, but no, I don't have the guts for that. We got the red hot Indianapolis Colts against the ice cold Tennessee Titans.
Give me the Colts, I guess.
You're taking the Colts. The Colts are weird.
I don't know. This is the thing. Like we're still figuring this out. Is Daniel Jones also? Isn't this like the biggest indictment of Richardson?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They've had 2 Richardsons that stunk for them.
Oh, Trent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, right? Because like this, obviously, if they can do this with Daniel Jones, like the coaching is there then, right? Like
you would think.
I think the coach seems like he knows what he's doing.
And Daniel Jones had that brief stop, like the drive-through through Minnesota to work with Kevin O'Connell for a little bit, and now he's MVP candidate.
Whisperer.
MVP candidate
quarterback
Daniel Jones. It's a big game. They're going on the road. I'm going to go with the Colts, but
yeah, I can't. The Titans have not given me anything to pick them.
The Titans have had a tough draw to start the season, I would say.
Yeah, who did they play?
They went to Denver week 1, and then week 2 they played. Who did they play? They lost. Week 2 they played. This is great.
Content?
So prepared. Oh, they played the Rams. So like,
that's
gosh,
tough. Yeah,
those are two really strong defenses.
In LA.
No, that was a home game. Okay. The Rams don't have like a great secondary, but their defensive
line is great,
really good.
Fantastic.
Cam Ward's threw a really like a kind of an ill-advised throw, but he threw his first career touchdown, I think.
Nice.
To Ayamanor in the end zone. Really just, if you haven't seen the play, it's like kind of Mahomesian in a way, like running to his right, throwing across his body, like sailing it into the end zone. I think he's really good. I think he's going to be a solid quarterback, but I do think that the Colts are going to get to 3-0, which is not anything anybody thought was going to happen, especially with their kind of quarterback turnover in the offseason.
Incredible.
So Cincinnati, Minnesota, what a marquee matchup of quarterbacks. We got Jake Browning for Cincinnati against Carson Wentz for Minnesota.
I think Browning is good because I've seen, I feel like watching him, he feels good. And I think Taylor takes a lot of criticism, and he should, but he's still a good offensive coach. I don't know what to make of this because if the Vikings had McCarthy, I would pick the Vikings probably, but it's really also hard.
Yeah. I'm actually the opposite. If the Vikings had McCarthy, I weirdly feel better picking the Vikings with Carson Wentz playing quarterback. I just have a weird feeling. I just have a weird feeling about it.
Carson
Wentz might work. Yeah.
I just don't know. Like, he's hard to like. He's sort of tough to like.
He's impossible to like.
Yeah.
And I don't even feel bad saying that. Like, there's enough to not like. If anyone wants to give me some materials to prove me wrong, go ahead. But
it's just like, I'm glad we read people the same.
Yeah, no,
Wentz, like, he's just so hard.
Yeah.
Didn't like after week 1, wasn't I saying like people got to like the quarterback?
Yeah. I mean, and what's interesting about this, Carson Wentz is going to be the first quarterback in NFL history to start 6 games in consecutive seasons for 6 different teams.
Yeah.
So it was like the Eagles, the Colts, the Commanders, the Rams, the Chiefs, and now the Vikings.
Oh, God, Chiefs, yeah.
Yeah, he started week 18 with the Chiefs last year. Did not look good. But...
here's where the problem is. Like, I just believe in O'Connell so much. I like him. I like O'Connell.
Yeah, and they also have Justin Jefferson, who
he's pretty good, huh?
Amazing, right?
But Chase is good on the other side.
Yeah, incredible matchup of wide receivers, 2 best wide receivers in the league. I don't think many people would disagree with that.
Yeah.
Not that they play against each other head to head.
This is so tough. Look, this is a toss up for me. Do you want me to root against? Like, should we pick the same or pick against each other?
We should pick who we think is going to win. We could do a 1, 2, 3 and both say, that way we're not influenced. If you want, I will say Minnesota.
You're going with Vikings. I know that. So I'm sort of Minnesota. I'm leaning Vikings, but here's what I'm thinking. I'm leaning Vikings, but if you were like, hey, we should pick against each other, I would root for the Bengals because I sort of like seeing the Bengals do good without Burrow.
I'm not going to put my thumb. Yeah, of course you do. I'm not going to put my thumb on the scale here. It looks like Minnesota is a 3-point favorite, but I think that's just because they're at home. I think
because they're piping in the horns and ships sounds.
It's great.
That's 3 points.
Although their stadium like kills a ton of birds. Did you know about this?
What? Why?
Because of something with it being made of glass and like the birds can't see it or something. I don't know the full details. I hope this isn't like slanderous toward their stadium.
Birds?
I read about it years ago. Maybe they've mitigated it now, but
I hope the Bills thought of this with their new stadium. Also, last night was the last time the Dolphins play in the old stadium.
Well, unless there's a playoff game. You don't know. All right, let's do it. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Say who you think's going to win.
Okay,
right?
can I just tell you that I think the Vikings are going to win, but I want to pick the Bengals because I want to root for the Bengals.
Then you should have waited till I said 3, 2, 1. I had a whole thing planned.
Okay, go.
Jeez.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Vikings. That was fun. All right, I'm going with the Vikings. You're going. You said Vikings when we did that.
I know because I think they're going to win, but I want to. Right. I want to pick who I want to root for.
That's dumb.
Give me. It is.
That's really dumb.
Give me Bengals. Give me Jake Browning.
I'll give you Jake Browning. I like Jake Browning.
This is the last week I'm picking you Bengals. Don't disappoint me.
Last week you're picking them.
Yes, I'm probably not going to pick them to win again.
All right. All right, Steelers Patriots.
Oh my God. 1, 2, 3 Patriots.
Wait.
Oh.
We didn't even talk about the game. Gosh.
Listen.
This is not how I saw this going.
Rodgers. My God. I can't stand that I picked them last week to beat Seattle. I figured Seattle's coming all the way from Seattle to Pittsburgh for a 1 p.m. game, like get the job done, and they've become annoying. And I love Tomlin, but wherever Rodgers goes, like I want to like him, and then it's just annoying. I can't. I'm done with it.
So a couple things on that. I'm trying to pull up the stat with the Seahawks. The Seahawks in 1 p.m. games on the East Coast, they've won like the last 8 or something. It's
wow.
Sorry, I'm trying to. I didn't know if I had known you were going to say that, I would have had this ready to go and like shocked you with it. But they have actually a really good record. I can't find it right now. Really good record in 1 p.m. games traveling to the East Coast. So
that's just really 8 games is really under McDonald.
That might be incorrect, the specific number, but they're they have like a really good record, like even dating back to Pete Carroll in 1 o'clock games on the East Coast. So that they've kind of like crushed that narrative a little bit. I think there was a time where that was a thing for them, but it doesn't seem to be any like correlation to how they play now. I think Seattle's really good, and that game was so weird. Like it was kind of back and forth. And
why is it saying they won 16 of 40 games?
Who's saying that?
Google AI.
Oh well, we know that's incorrect. Seahawks road games. East
Coast
that's
the alternate universe
record. Right. That's pulling from.
People are gonna have to watch our previous discussions.
There's a whole continuity now.
Yeah.
This is just road games.
This is tough to cipher.
I'll have to jump in
because then they go to like the mountain time. Like
wait, I think I found it.
Yeah.
I think I found it. So overall, the Seahawks have won 24 of their last 35 games that kick off at 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. their time.
10 a.m. Yeah.
So they've actually like figured it out a little bit. Yeah.
Damn it! I wish I knew that stat.
And that was last year.
Week.
That was last year. So that's the only article I could find at this moment.
And
if I find it, I'll pop in and give a note with the actual stat right now. Just popping in to say I did find what I was looking for. On the Fox broadcast, they showed a graphic that said that the Seahawks since 2018 are 20-4 in games played at 1 p.m. Eastern. So any game that includes games where they played on Central Time, but any games where their like body clock was 10 a.m. 20-4 in their last 24 games since 2018. So pretty good record. But I've heard that narrative and espoused a lot, but it seems to kind of not hold true with the Seahawks. Anyway, back to the show. I'll pop in and do that. But if I don't find it, whatever. But now we're not even talking about the Seahawks game.
I know.
What are we doing?
Is the Steelers defense sort of better in name than
I mean, it looked
what they can
they
play
give up
right now.
Did they give up like 30 points to the Jets?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I will say about the Steelers-Seahawks game, though, it kind of hinged on that weird kickoff where the rookie Caleb Johnson like didn't go for the ball, and like the new rule is if it lands before the goal line and goes in the end zone, it's like a live ball, and that's how the Seahawks like scored a touchdown, and it really like swung that entire game. I don't think Aaron Rodgers was like terrible in that game, and I think the Steelers could have won that game if the ball had bounced a different way. I'm gonna go with the Steelers in this one. I don't know. I'm not like sold. I picked the Patriots to make the playoffs, and I am not sold on them the way they started this season.
I don't think they've looked as good as we thought, but I do think like as much like I have a love-hate relationship with Vrabel, mostly because I think he's a prick.
Because you have a hate relationship with him. Let's be honest.
Because this dude ran the Music City Miracle against the Bills last year.
You're gonna have to move on because that was pretty rad. That wasn't last year. That was
last year. He ran it against them.
He wasn't coaching last year.
Last time he coached them, year before. Okay, but he is a good coach, and I would expect the Patriots to keep improving week on.
Sure.
I mean, of course, I would expect that from Tomlin as well.
Sure.
But I'm gonna pick the Patriots.
Nice. We differed. That's fun.
We differed.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Beautiful time of year for a New England.
Gorgeous time of year. They can go look at the leaves after the game. All right, this is my favorite game of the week. The Rams at the Eagles.
Baby.
I don't know. What are you thinking here?
Why is this a 1 p.m. game is what I'm thinking. What is wrong with
when you see what the 4:00 games and what the Sunday night game is this week, you'll understand.
I know Sunday night game. What a waste.
Yeah, you will understand why this game is
time storage
thrown in at 1 p.m.
Are you kidding me? Look at this game.
It's funny. We have the exact scenario we were just talking about. We have a West Coast team playing at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
On in Philly.
You want my pick?
Give me your pick. Give me your pick.
I'm gonna go Eagles.
You're gonna go Eagles. Get to 3-0. Beat the Rams.
Yeah.
I am too. You know what? Give me the Rams. I think the Rams will win this game. The only thing I would, if this game were in LA, I would be way more confident. I don't think the Eagles have looked great.
No, but.
I don't think they're going to be able to take advantage of where the Rams are weak, and I think the Rams will be able to take advantage of where the Eagles are weak. I don't see the Eagles like having much success on the ground against them. I think the Eagles are going to have a situation this week. There's this big storyline about how the guards have been jumping, have been false starting pretty much on every single tush push.
Okay,
right?
Tom Brady gets credit for that for pointing that out. In the broadcast.
You just reminded me how mad I am about the Tom Brady thing.
I just realized we didn't talk about that.
Oh my God.
Am I going to get us on a side stream or we just go for it? Okay.
Can we wait till we get to can we wait till we get to the Raiders game?
Yeah, okay.
We'll talk about that when we get to the Raiders. But
okay.
Oh my God.
So
I'm blind with rage now.
Fair, but I think they'll figure it out. They're so good at that tush push. It's fine. They're going to be okay. I just think this team, like you saw how they went to Kansas City and beat Kansas City in Kansas City. I don't think they played their best game and they still came away with the W. And like, when does that happen in Kansas City? And again, in a 1 possession game.
Sure.
They just they know how to finish the game. They have that championship feel now that they won one. Like they have that confidence of like, oh, it's a close game. We're fine. We're gonna win this game. It's okay.
Sure. Yeah. I'm going Rams. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear all that.
I hear all that.
I think the Rams got it this week.
The Rams are in that group of teams that sort of top 4 of the NFC that could win.
Yeah. I just gotta keep Stafford.
McVay. Yeah, tape Stafford. There we go. This is going to be a real tough one here.
Jets at the Bucks. We got Tyrod Taylor.
I love him. We love him in Buffalo.
He's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks of.
Yeah, fantastic.
The last
Good,
15 years.
Awesome dude. I mean, he should have never been benched for what's his face.
Justin Herbert.
No. Well.
Are you talking about oh man. the guy that throws interception. He threw like 6 interceptions in the first half.
Yes.
Oh man, that's gonna kill me. Bills QB
Nathan
interceptions.
Peterman.
Nathan Peterman.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nathan Peterman. Okay, he also should not have been benched for Justin Herbert. They punctured his lung.
That sucked so much.
Derek, one of the missions of this channel needs to be like keeping some of these stories alive. Kids will never know this type of thing. This dude is going to get an injection before the game. They punctured and ruptured his lung.
Yeah.
Malpractice.
Yeah, and that's how.
What are we doing?
No, I know that sucked.
I could puncture his lung. I'm not a doctor. Like what? How in the NFL are we doing this before a game?
I have a really gross story if you want to hear it.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
You skip ahead if you're squeamish. Skip ahead a few minutes, but it won't be a couple minutes. But like 12 years ago, I was playing softball and took a ground ball off the inside of my knee, and it hit so hard that it partially tore my ACL.
Oof.
And so, when you tear a ligament, it bleeds. And so I had all of this like blood collected around my knee, and the doctor had to use a needle to like drain the blood off of my knee so that they could see it in an MRI and see if I like either partially torn it or fully torn it. And when he did it, I just like got this like this like feeling that I've never felt before. Just it was like pain, but like in a really weird way. And the doctor or physician's assistant or whatever was like, oh, sorry, the needle went into your kneecap there. He stuck the needle into my patella tendon, and that's what I was feeling, and it was.
You're like, oh, I've never felt this before.
Yeah, I've never felt that before. Do it again. So that fun little story, but yeah, Tyrod Taylor versus Baker Mayfield. That is a fun show. Derek loves that matchup situation.
Love them both.
He's Tyrod. Why did I just talk in the third person? That was weird.
All right, I'm going Bucks.
I'm going Bucks also.
Show amazing last week. Also
amazing. Meditating on the sideline.
Love him.
Great stuff. All right.
It's one of the great turnarounds I've seen for me personally
for sure.
Not liking a player and then just love everything he's about.
For sure. No, he's awesome.
Fantastic.
We love Baker. We love Baker, don't we, folks? All right. The Las Vegas Raiders.
Well, I would have picked the Commanders, but what are you telling me about Jaden? Is he not playing?
Okay. Before we talk about that.
Yeah.
I think it's absurd.
I forgot.
that Tom Brady is allowed. Yeah, I think it's absurd that Tom Brady is allowed to do what he's doing, where he is calling games for Fox, participating in team meetings with the coaches. Like, he's not allowed to go in their facilities, but he is allowed to, he's meeting with if you don't know, he is a part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders, and he is also a color commentator, like on their like first team for Fox. So he gets their like best games. And the commentators get to meet with coaches. They usually get access to like practice and to like watch games and just to have like a better idea of what teams are going to do and put on a better television product essentially. But we never had the situation where we have a guy who is a team owner who's communicating with the coaches of the team that he owns and is kind of participating in the like instruction of what players should be doing and the game plans.
He's in the booth. They said he talks to Chip Kelly 3 to 4 times a week to go over the game plan.
Yes. So the Raiders are on Monday Night Football and ESPN shows Tom Brady in the booth.
Why would ESPN do something like that?
Yeah, why would they do this? Why would they show maybe a potential conflict of interest of a Fox commentator? Why would they do this? It's absurd. And this is the thing that I was like mad about last year, and they took kind of precautions to kind of protect against this situation. And
so he's not allowed in the facility.
He's not allowed in the facility. Last year he wasn't allowed in the facility. Last year he wasn't allowed in the like meetings with the coaches either.
I think he's not allowed that now.
He is allowed in them now, but he can't.
Allowed that?
He is allowed in those now, but he can't participate in person. It has to be a remote or off-site. Well, so he just can't be in the facility.
I think the biggest thing is also he's allowed to talk to the players, and I think it's much harder for the players to be guarded because it's Tom. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you're a player from the other team. Tom Brady's interview you. Like, it's hard to be like, oh, he's minority owner. No, it's Tom Brady. You're going to be like just open and honest with him because it's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So last week Tom Brady called the Chiefs game, the Eagles at Chiefs game. And the Raiders happen to play the Chiefs twice every year. Now here's the thing. Like I don't think Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, whoever that Tom Brady talked to before that game. I don't think
was too loud.
Oh, nice.
I'm getting riled up here.
We're too passionate about this. I don't think any of those like experienced coaches are giving away, what their game plan is or what they're going to do. And I think you're going to see teams probably be guarded in those situations. I have a couple problems though. There's of course like the fairness of the situation with an owner from a team potentially getting information, even if he's not at the facility himself. Like Kevin Burkhardt's there; they're sitting side by side. Like who knows what
he gets all the notes.
He gets all the notes. Who knows what he has access to like behind the scenes? That's not even like he doesn't even have to go on the site to do. So there's that aspect of it.
Everything that the Fox team learns, he has access to.
Exactly.
I'm just assuming that
he has to,
and that's plenty. That's a lot.
And like, I don't think it's smart of the NFL to introduce this like potential conflict of interest that can affect the competitiveness of the game. And not only that, not only is it potentially affecting the competitiveness of the game, it's potentially affecting the how good the broadcast is. Because if teams become more guarded with this information with Fox, like they're not giving it away, that has the potential to like lessen the quality of what the broadcast team is able to do. So it's kind of like a twofold problem with like how this can affect games. It's both the competitiveness and it's also the product itself can suffer. Looks like you've frozen. I may have lost you, but I really wanted to finish that.
I'm here because
you're just so intense.
I'm deep in thought because there is a conflict of interest, and I think it's this week. I think Brady is calling Cowboys at Bears.
Yes.
You may have to double check this, and then next week the Raiders are playing the Bears.
You are absolutely correct.
So we have the conflict of interest in our face right now.
Yep. Yeah. And like it just sucks because like now if the Raiders are good, we're gonna be like, oh, it must be working, and like
I want to give Pete Carroll credit, to be honest.
Yeah, of course. It just sucks. It's just a stupid thing for the NFL to allow.
Also, and this is the biggest Brady fan right here. Loved Brady, even though
he can do no wrong in your eyes.
Yeah, I loved him, but I think this is where like I don't like how this is looking.
Yeah, and like honestly, is this on Brady? Like Brady's like this is what he did when he played too. He's saying what he can get away with.
Is he pushing the envelope?
Yeah, he's not the one
rules?
allowing himself to do it. Like
everybody knows that he's doing it. He's just a step ahead on the rules.
It's not. It's like
such a Brady and Belichick
should he maybe have more integrity and not even try to do this? And there may be no gaming like the system involved at all. It may not even be the top of his mind, but like it's just so obviously wrong, like it's just anybody would look at this and be like, oh yeah, that is like kind of that's a bad idea. That's a problem like waiting to happen. And yet it's still going forward because it's Tom Brady, the most famous NFL like product that they have.
What is this is one thing. We brought up the problem. What is the solution?
The solution is to
fire him from Fox. Bring him on to ESPN.
Yeah.
Then ESPN won't show that.
No, the solution is like he shouldn't be calling the games in the way that he is. Like with I don't know if there's a way to like limit his access, but like that's just like on its face shouldn't be allowed.
Like even if you limit his access, the whole crew has access. So then it's like he can still get all the information.
There's really no way around it. Yeah.
There's no.
It's like they are we gonna Sean McVay has like been on to like be a commentator on panels during the playoffs. Are we gonna let Sean McVay like on the Rams bye week? Are we gonna let him like call a game against a Seahawks game?
He'd be good.
Are we gonna let him do that? Can we do that? Like it's just
yeah.
It does. It's just the two should be completely separate. If he's involved as an owner, like, and he's not like a usual owner, like he's clearly involved in like the day-to-day coaching, maybe not coaching, but like game planning. Like he is discussing things with the coaches. If a team is
playing the Raiders this season, he should not be allowed to call their games. Is that a solution?
At minimum, yes. I think that
okay.
that could work.
That's a solution. Yeah. That would make us happy.
Yeah,
right.
At minimum, that should be the rule.
Yeah,
that's tough to.
What do we do if they make the playoffs? That's tough.
Yeah,
he can only call NFC games. Didn't we talk about this anyways? Fox should only have NFC games anyways. That solves the whole solution.
That does solve the whole solution, and it plays to my nostalgia.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect solution. Let's go forth with that. All right.
I like so we brought up a problem, but we actually found a good solution, which you never hear on sports talk. That never happens.
This is the only place where you will find solutions. That's right. All right. So Jaden Daniels is out this week. That just came down the line. So it will be Marcus Mariota, who I think is a former Raider.
Against the Raiders.
I think he played for a couple years with the Raiders, right?
He played. He had some good years with the Raiders. He went Tennessee, Raiders, Atlanta. We won't talk about that. And then
you can watch a whole documentary about his time there.
Oh boy, that was interesting.
Yeah, and then now he's in Washington. He played one game last year and was really good. Yeah,
he can win a
Commanders
game.
At home. All right, you gonna do 3, 2, 1 and say your pick? We got to motor through these. We got to motor through these last ones.
3, 2. Oh, damn it. 3. I don't know. I have no idea, man. This is a tough one.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Raiders.
Crap. Do you want me to go against it? I can.
No.
Okay.
Strong. I'm going with the Raiders.
I would have easily picked Commanders if Daniels was there. Easily.
Yeah, same. But he's not, so I'm going Raiders on the road. All right, Atlanta.
I'm so worried because last week I was 13-3, and I really like that feeling.
You like the feeling of doing something well?
I like going 13-3. I'm like, I'm pretty good.
I'm in 2 pick'em pools right now, and one of them has 32 people in it. I am 32nd. I'm doing horribly, but I have another one where I went 15-1 last week. The only game I missed was the Broncos. It doesn't really count because like it's my second one,
so
and like,
close.
you shouldn't have to. I have like one of record, and I'm doing poorly in that one. But 15-1 in the other one. The only game I missed was the Broncos Colts game, which the Broncos should have won that game. Like they had won that game, and then the 15-yard penalty gave the Colts a chance to win it.
Anyway. Those are both teams that we're still figuring it out on.
Yeah,
I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah. All right, Falcons at Panthers. I am feeling really bad about my Panthers playoff pick prediction. They did put some things together on offense at the end of that game, but it was kind of a weird game script. But yeah, it's I'm going Falcons. Yeah. Don't have a ton to say about this game, but except that I am sad that I picked the Panthers to go to the playoffs.
The only thing I have to say about that game is that I think I'm going to Bills Falcons in a few weeks.
In Atlanta?
In Atlanta.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. You have to do
podcast from Atlanta?
I don't know. You have to do something.
Okay.
I don't know. From
the field?
From the closed Chick-fil-A at the Falcons Stadium, if they still have that.
Let's do it from like the 50-yard line behind the Bills bench.
Yeah. Do you know about this? The Atlanta Stadium, because Atlanta's like the headquarters of Chick-fil-A, and so they have a Chick-fil-A in the stadium. But
nice.
The Chick-fil-A's like whole thing is they're not open on Sundays, and the NFL's whole thing is they play their games on Sundays. So it's like never open for game day. Just really funny. Yeah.
Like open it there for game day. That makes no sense.
You would think.
But this game is gross.
Texans at Jaguars. The Texans' offensive line is bad, and I'm worried that C.J. Stroud might also not be very good.
He's okay. I don't think
I'm very worried
like,
about it.
He's not the rookie season, sort of player.
Yeah, gross game. Jaguars could be 2. It could easily be 2-0. They should have beaten the Bengals, and they kind of let that game get away. And the vibes there,
if Burrow kept playing, they would have won that game.
That's funny. The vibes in Jacksonville real bad. Man, but
they don't know how to use Hunter. We've talked about that.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's only been 2 games, obviously, but it's weird that he is neither a first-team offensive player or a first-team defensive player right now. He's basically playing wide receiver 3 and cornerback 3. And, like, that is not what you use.
That's not
the
how
second
you get
overall
the best.
pick and traded a future pick for. Like, that's not. But it's week 2 of his rookie season.
The thing is, for me, I really have zero doubt that he's not a great player. Like, I think he's going to be a very good player. You just have to figure out where, and can he handle being elite at both simultaneously. And if you can't, then I think you got to pick one and let him be great at that, and then see if you can work in the other. But it's hard you draft a guy that high and then you're trying to make him mid in both.
Yeah. He had he was
I blame
very
the
close.
Quarterback.
He was very close to like a 60-yard touchdown week 1. I think if that happens, like, no one's even talking about this. And he had a kind of back-breaking defensive pass interference on him, and he was guarding Jamar Chase. It was a really tough matchup, though. I mean, I don't know that he could cover Jamar Chase or T. Higgins. I don't know any rookie corner that can just like walk out there and cover those 2 guys. So it's week 2. Maybe temper the calls that that he's a bust or whatever. But hey, weird vibes in Jacksonville. That's all I'll say about that.
I think the player that I like, I just thought about, because you said corner, Stingley is a heck of a corner.
Oh yeah, Stingley's really good.
Stingley's a very good corner.
Yeah.
So Brian Thomas, Stingley, that's a good matchup.
That was a great matchup last week. What was it? Who did they?
Stingley and Chase.
No.
Oh no.
No.
Who did the Texans play?
Stingley and they played what, Monday night? Did they play Monday night? Oh man, I
week 2.
They played Monday night and they lost to the Buccaneers. It was Mike Evans. It was Stingley versus Mike Evans.
Oh yeah. Evans is great.
Really good
My
matchup.
Goodness. Yeah.
So let's do our pick. 3, 2, 1.
Jags.
I didn't do it that time. We're really bad at that. I'm also picking the Jags, though. After all that, talking, we didn't say a nice thing about the Jaguars. We only said nice things about the Texans. Like
at home. Travis Etienne is good.
Yeah. I'm going with the Jags. I think. I
don't like it.
It's another thing where like the narrative is like, oh man, Jacksonville's falling apart, and
we're picking the Jags.
It's like too many people are saying that for me, so I'm gonna go against it.
I just the Texans aren't giving me something to, Chargers.
Chargers, yeah. No, it's okay. I'm also going Chargers. Chargers have looked really good. The Broncos have not looked great. So I feel pretty good about Chargers. Don't
Herbert playing with confidence.
Too much about
confidence.
That. Yeah,
Harbaugh we love. Yeah.
Let's roll through these. Saints at Seahawks.
Yeah,
that feels like a no-brainer for me. I think the Seahawks are very good, and the Saints have been better than I think people thought.
Seahawks?
I do. Yeah,
you do. That's a good pick.
I think the Saints have played better than people expected, but I don't think they're going to go into Seattle and win that game. It's a rematch of the game where Marshawn Lynch did the beast mode run.
And Spencer Rattler, great quarterback name. He could be
an incredible quarterback name.
He should be a Hall of Famer if he just went by the name.
Yeah. Let's put him in there. Who else even is in the discussion of getting into the Hall of Fame as a quarterback just based off your name?
Just because their name?
Yeah.
I don't know why Colt McCoy came to mind. It's a good name.
That's a good one.
I've just seen him play too much.
That is a good one.
Spencer Rattler. I haven't watched him play to really critique his game.
Man. And now we got Dak Prescott and Caleb Williams.
Stetson Bennett.
Stetson Bennett is a good one.
That's a good name. That's a good name.
Like, we're kind of just recycling the ones we've already talked about.
He should get off a horse, like ride his horse to the game. Get off it, play quarterback,
Just
put
right,
the
right up to
cowboy
the field.
boots back on, leave, go home to his ranch.
Yep.
That's what Stetson Bennett is. Yeah.
Yep. That's basically what Nikola Jokic does in the NBA.
That's what Nikola Jokic does. What a take.
Oh, man. All right. So Cowboys, Bears.
3, 2, 1.
Cowboys, but it doesn't feel good.
I feel great about it.
This game
That's easy. This is
game,
an easy one for me. You're too much of a Cowboys fan. This is hurting you.
We didn't talk too much about that Cowboys-Giants game. I just want to say Brandon Aubrey is a freak.
Oh, he's great.
Oh my God! Like that. Like
amazing.
What was wild about
kicker
that?
In the league?
Easily. It's not. He's not a tier unto himself. Like it's just not. It's not close. And like they're in a situation like what's the all-time record? 66 yards for a kick. The Justin Tucker kick. That won the game against the Lions. I think 66. At the end of that Cowboys Giants game, they're down by 3, and they ran like the clock is like ticking down. They have like maybe 1 or 2 plays, and they ran a run play just to center the ball to set up a 64-yard field goal. They settled for a 64-yard field goal, like with the utmost confidence that he was going to make it, and he hit it dead center of the uprights, and it probably would have been good from 80. It was insane.
Like, he does not stress. Like,
no.
Kickers stress when it's like 655 plus. You're stressed, and then they kick it different. He's got so much room.
It's
on the kicks that it's just like, best kicker in the league.
So
best kicker in the league, right?
He's the best kicker in NFL history by percentage. Like there has not been a more accurate kicker, and like he's doing that on kicks that are he nobody gets thrown out there for more like long 50-yarders or 60-yarders. It is crazy.
Well, your buddy and your favorite inauguration speaker in Kansas City has hit some big 50-yard plus.
He didn't speak at an inauguration.
He spoke at a graduation for the women's,
and I just want to get on record. Not my favorite anything.
No, you loved what he had to say.
Man. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We got Cardinals, 49ers, and speaking of, I just want to say also
actually sneaky tough.
Yes, but I one of my big like takes that I will die on the hill of is that no NFL team under any circumstances ever should use a draft pick on a kicker. And I think the Cowboys and the 49ers are like 2 excellent examples of this. The 49ers used, I believe, a 3rd-round pick on Jake Moody, who they cut 2 weeks ago because he couldn't make field goals. The Cowboys got Brandon Aubrey off the street, literally. Dude was like a college soccer player.
About him,
Yeah, Brandon Aubrey was a college soccer player, I think at Notre Dame, and then he went on to the MLS, and then he was a computer programmer, and then he became an NFL kicker. Like it is wild, and now he's like one of the greatest. It reminds me. Have you seen that movie with Tony Danza? It's like the trash picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon. Are you familiar with this?
I feel like I've heard of that. I've not seen it.
If you haven't,
I like my kickers to have alternate careers. I think that's a positive.
Yeah, it puts you in perspective, right?
They're like, this was my last option. Not like I was striving for this my whole life.
Like I could have,
I was playing Australian rules football. I was playing rugby. Yeah.
Oh, so the garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon is a movie starring Tony Danza. Highly recommend it. Anyway,
adding it to the
that's
list.
basically the Brandon Aubrey story. All right, Cardinals 49ers.
I guess. This is tough because the Cardinals just have a history. They're great in September. They're good in September.
They are usually good in September. That is true.
When does Call of Duty release? October, November?
They really tried to blow that game last week against Carolina after jumping out to a big lead.
Okay, right. I'm just going to go with the better
1,
team.
2, 3, 49ers.
49ers.
Yeah, I'm also going 49ers.
Even
with Mac Jones.
Think the Cardinals could win this, though. I totally think they could. Because it's September. And
it's
only week 3. I think Kyler could do it. But I'm just going to go with the better team.
Sure. All right, we got our Sunday night game. The 0-2 Kansas City Chiefs travel to the 0-2 New York Giants. The Giants' offense looked incredible last week, but that was against Dallas.
Who laugh so hard if this
It would be great
happens.
for content. Yeah.
Amazing.
It is a road game. It would be great for content.
Okay, look, I'm going to pick the Chiefs. But what a horrible Sunday night game, right?
Soft.
With
I know.
the Eagles and Rams playing earlier.
Dude.
What is this? Eagles and Rams at a 1 p.m. And then you got Chiefs and Giants.
And the Chiefs play like unwatchable football games. Yeah, the Chiefs play like the worst football games you've ever seen. Like
it's a defensive struggle.
It's just terrible. And like Russell Wilson, I mean, last week aside,
let's go. Russ, Aaron,
he normally nobody plays a 12-7 game more than Russell Wilson. Like this game,
this is going to be one of those 23-19 games. It's gonna be like that.
Yeah, it's not going to be
ugly.
Good.
Like, how do they get to that score type of game?
Yeah. It's a scoregami special for sure. Like 1915. It's like
I'm rooting. Like I would love the Giants to.
Here's a guy who it's like get Collinsworth. It's like all right. Last game of the week. The Detroit Lions travel to the Baltimore Ravens.
What a game. This is
definitely the best matchup
of prime time.
It has the highest game? Yeah, it has the highest over-under of the week. We got the Ravens have scored 40 and 41 in their two games, and the Lions scored 52 last week.
The Lions are also one of these teams that I'm like trying to figure out, like, because they lost what's his face, the coordinator, Ben Johnson. Yeah. And so like you saw them week 1 against the Packers, and you're like, is that the Lions losing Ben Johnson? The Packers can't be that good, but maybe it's a little bit of both. And so like I'm still trying to figure out like how much of this Lions offense is carrying over. The Bears sort of stink, so it's hard to, say.
Right.
I'm going to go Lamar in primetime here.
I'm going to join you.
But these are going... like, if the Lions are who they were last year, then they're certainly a contender in the NFC.
Yeah.
And we're going to see what really the offense really looks like. I think we're going to know after this week.
Right. I think like if it's a similar story to some other games, but if this game were in Detroit, I'd probably go Lions. But I might even pick the Ravens in Detroit.
I would pick the Ravens still.
I do think being outdoors versus indoors does seem to have a big effect with Jared Goff and that whole offense. It just does. Like it sounds like a fake narrative, but
he needs to be protected. Like he definitely needs to be protected. I think the other thing is like Lamar there's some crazy stat of Lamar like when he plays like NFC teams, because there's no way to prep for him. So like when you see him for the first time, you don't see him often. Like it's really tough. He's a lot faster than we thought. He's a lot better throwing the ball.
Derrick Henry's a lot bigger and a lot stronger.
Derrick Henry, like you just can't prep for them. There's no team like them. So if you don't play them, it's sort of tough.
Yeah.
So Ravens.
All right.
Wow.
Well, those are our picks. Where do we differ? Patriots, Steelers, Rams, Eagles, Bengals, Vikings.
Oh, you picked the Rams and the Rams, Eagles?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Play back. Go back on the podcast and give it a listen, and you'll remember. All right, we'll be a little more quiet in that library.
Oh my goodness!
Maybe we can.
I was like,
maybe we can find a time earlier next week, and we can talk about these games in more depth.
Yeah, we got to do a recap, week 3 recap.
Yeah, and then week 4, I'm barely going to be able to watch, so that'll be interesting.
I can't wait for us to talk about that too. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Marathon,
but of course. But thank you for joining me as always. And congrats on the listeners. Congrats on the 3-0 Bills. And that is it for today's show. Thank you, Devesh, for joining me. Please be more quiet in that library. I am so sorry to all of the patrons of the library who had to deal with that yelling man about the Chiefs and the Bills and all of those weird things you were hearing about the National Football League. Thank you for listening. Please remember to subscribe to the show. It's really important. I think it helps the computers know which shows are popular or whatever, and helps more people find the show, which is great. And then you don't have to keep telling everybody you know about the show, as I know that you are doing. That's it. Enjoy the weekend. If you're listening to it on Friday, if you're listening to it on a different day, you're late to listen, but that's okay. Enjoy your Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever day it is. Have a good one, and I will see you next time.